Howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. And remember, no matter who you are valid. This is called a broken and damaged tin helm because, unfortunately, while recording it, I was balancing my tablet in a very precarious fashion. The first time I knocked it over, I was able to recover. The second time I knocked my tablet over, well, that's why the whole video comes to a rather abrupt ending. I hope you enjoy the video. It's still a fun game. It's just it comes to a rather abrupt halt when, well, the tablet falls. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the video. Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a very terrible setup for the game Tin Helm. Now, for the game Tin Helm. You are an adventurer trapped in the stronghold of the Red Cloth. These once peaceful clerics have been corrupted by vile magic. You must locate all 3 shards of Brahm to release the clerics of their spell. It's his first language, but to find your way out of the dungeon. If you cannot do so by the end of the 5th level of the dungeon, you also become corrupted and lose the game. Now, some of this stuff you're not going to be able to see all this well. This is a little plastic meeple showing that I'm in level 1. This is the little, that's the monster's hit points. I have this much energy, 0. This much food, 0. And we're going to have to determine my energy, well, not energy, but damage and my health, by determining what character and what class I have. Now, I think this is rather well done. You see, you have your characters on the one side, but then you flip them over, and these are all your various classes. So what you do is you take a look and you go, oh, you know what? I want to be a gnome this time. So you choose the gnome, and now, from what's left, you can choose your character class. I have to remember my camera is actually over here. My apologies. We're going to choose, we have a mace, a dagger, and a toolkit for the footpad, a mace and a scroll for the parson, or books and a potion for the alchemist. You know what? Let's go with the parson, with the mace and the scroll. Okay, so first off, what we're going to do is take a look at, since I have 0 favor at the moment, it's pretty easy here as well to determine. Hit points is from my race and all that, 6 plus my class of 4, I have 10 health. So let's put 10 on the health track. Same thing for the 9 and 3. So that's a 12. I have 12 on the whack-em smack-em chart. That's pretty good. And then a mace and a scroll. So a mace, when in combat against an undead enemy, you inflict an additional +1 damage on a successful hit. Not bad, not bad. And a scroll, well, let's take a look here. Okay, scroll. When encountering an undead enemy, you may discard this card to vanquish them. You gain no favor when defeating an enemy in this manner, because each enemy has a favor amount, and you add them up on your favor card, because when you come across an altar, depending on how much of this you have, you can get one of these crystals. And if you don't get these 3 crystals by the end of that 5th level, you die. Well, you become one of the corrupted thingamajiggies. So I have here for rolling, these are various things you can find. But putting these off to the side, we now have everything we need for a game. Because what you do is you take a look at the first card, which is a waterfall. And then we take the second card, which is the stash. Now, we're actually going to keep the first card up. Well, you know, because you do it like this. You determine, do I want to face this card? I want to face this card. Because I want to face this card, I pull it off and put it here. Now, this one, because I am doing this card becomes the result card. Now, had I decided to pass on this one, it would just reverse. This would be the room card. This would be the result card. But we are doing the waterfall, and that means we flip over the stash for the results. Now, the waterfall has a random and water. And on the random, because it's just that card, we can see that that's an altar. And oh boy, I mentioned the altar and the favor. I have 0 health. And you gain your health based on your favor, but you can't go above your maximum. I'm already at my maximum, so that got wasted. It's no shame or harm, but life is life. And then the next one is water. But when you take a look at these cards here that are off to the side that you can't see yet, these tell you what are on the various cards. And water, you're going to always look for food when you find water. Roll 1 die, and if the result is 5 or 6, you gain 1 food. So these setup cards are important, semi-important at least, to keep hanging around. You don't want to just throw them off to the side and ignore them entirely. But we rolled a d6, and if it's a 5 or a 6, we gain 1 food. And we do not. We have no food. So this, I need room to pull these off the table, because you have to take the 2. There are 6 rooms per dungeon level. We have gone through the first room. We'll put these used ones right here, which means we now go through the next thing. There is a trap, a campfire, and water. So, do I want to face the trap? I mean, the campfire and the water are both really nice. And if I take damage from the trap, I can always heal it at the campfire and maybe find food at the water. So, let's do this room. Now, the other one, had we decided to do it instead, would have been a trap and a treasure. But it is a trap, 1 health. Whack! We take that point of damage. Always fun. But a campfire, so we take a look at the campfire. Campsite, you may either rest or search at the camp. If you rest, you gain 2 health, 1 energy. If you search, you gain 1 food. You know what? That's a guaranteed 1 food. And if you don't have food when you go down a level in this thing, you lose 3 health. So I am searching and I am getting that food. That was worth getting whacked by the trap. So now we're going to search again to see if there is a food to be found. And with a 6, there is. So we have 2 food. Very, very good. So let's pull these out of here and set these up here. 2 rooms of the first level. Now this one has a monster and it has water. We need the crystals. There is 1 monster that has a crystal. It's called a possessor. You kill the monster, the possessor, you get the crystal. So we're going to fight the monster. And we flip this card, and hopefully it is a possessor. It is a possessor, and then there is water to be found. So we go to the monster deck, and we look for the possessor. I mean, there's like the Watcher, and the Mimic, the Dark Rats, the doom skull, the spider, the skelepede. Yes, the possessor, but we'll come back after the wraith. And then there's the possessor. When you defeat a possessor, you gain 1 shard. Now, this is the monster's health. This is the amount of extra damage, meaning you roll your damage, then you add that. It has 1 protection. Oh boy, roll my damage and then subtract that. And then when I kill it, if I do, I gain 2 favor as well as a shard. So let's keep the deck here. And we have that possessor. You always roll first. Now, it is you roll 2d6, subtract the highest from the lowest, add any bonuses you may have. This is not undead. I don't get a bonus for my mace. It has a +1 bonus for just the monster that it is, so that ain't good. I roll my 2d6, subtract the highest from the lowest, and this is the damage I do. Oh, 5 damage. Well, and then subtract the 1 for the defense. So 3 damage. 4 damage. 4 damage. Well, it was at a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. But now it rolls its 2d6 plus 1 for damage. 2d6. You subtract the lowest from the highest. That's a 2. Add 1, that's a 3. I got this backwards. I am a 10. It's a 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I did before. Now I've done the 2. Really? Did I actually roll that, or did it roll that? You see, I hate having, like, no brain. I am going to... because I simply cannot remember. It is its turn. It is going to or is it mine? No, I did that so. Remember, just like it says in the Treacherous Towns book for 4 Against Darkness, there is no way to play the game wrong, even when you have the rule book with you and you're not following the rule book. As long as you are playing the game and having fun, you are playing it right. So even though I forgot, and I am going with, okay, this is my combat round. 5 minus 1 is 4. Minus 1 for its protection is 3. It has 2 remaining hit points. I would say it's dead, because I would. And I gain 1 shard of Brahm. We'll put it on the actual card itself. That's a good thing. And then we can search to see if there's food. And with a 2, no. But we're doing pretty good for food. We're doing pretty good for food. So we will put these on the stack. Trap and a random event. We will deal with the trap and the random event. The other one would have been, not bad, a monster and a campsite, but, ouch. Okay, trap, 2 health. 1, 2. Not good. And then the random is the labyrinth. You find yourself lost in a cavernous maze. Spend 1 food to escape. If you have 0 food, spend 2 energy. If you have 0 food or energy, spend 3 health. I'm glad I have 2 food, because now I only have 1 food. These are not always good, as you may see. Okay, that kinda sucked. But we're almost done with this level of the dungeon. Thank God I have food. Okay, this has monster and a random. Do I want to deal with the monster and the random, or do I want to pass? You know what? We're going to deal with it. We're going to deal with the monster. Oh, that actually might have been better. Okay, monster and random. Oh boy, Skelipede and Shrine. I bet you the Skelipede is that last one underneath there. Nope, there it is. So I don't know what got left in that stack over there, but Skelipede is not that tough. It has 3 health. That's not bad. 1 protection. Oh, I forgot to I have 2 faith. 2 favor from destroying the possessor. So now, since we go first, we are going to attack the Skelipede. Now, as you see, there's a little skull down there in the bottom. That indicates that it is an undead. So my mace here does an extra +1 because it does +1 damage on undead. Now, if you roll doubles, subtract them from each other, that's 0. So hopefully I don't do that. So let us attack the Skelipede. Subtract the highest from the lowest, that is a 2. Add that, that's a 3. Subtract that, that's a 2. And it still has 1 hit point left. Oh boy, so it gets to attack me. Well, that's a 2. It does 2 damage. I wish it hadn't, but it does 2 damage. I really wish I had good armor for that. Sure, I could have killed it with the scroll, but I didn't. Okay, now let's see. If I miss, then... Oh, no! As you see, I hit my tablet. Now I've got to try and get it balanced up here again. You got to be witness to the horror. Oh my Lord God. Don't balance things gently on a pole and then smack them accidentally. Okay, I need to be more careful. Where was I? What was I doing? I think I was rolling damage for the Skelipede. Or I was going to attack the Skelipede. That's enough damage to take out the Skelipede. 3 minus 1 is 2 minus 1. Well, I mean, I already subtract the 1. So the Skelipede is, in fact, a deader. And the Skelipede is 1 favor. So that's good. We did that. Now I just have to be more careful because my tablet is in a much more delicate position now. Oh boy. Hopefully everything is still visible. I wouldn't be surprised if you can't see anything anymore. My sincere apologies. Anyway, though, we did this room successfully. That means we are on to the last room. There's just monster. Do I want to face monster? Or do I want to go on to the next room and not face monster? Let's face monster. And that means we flip this over to see monster is wraith. Let's see what the... Oh. Well. 5 health. 1 extra attack, 2 favor. I'm not very good at recording favor. Hopefully I've only been attacked by those 2 critters and not anymore. Okay, it has a 5 health, so if I can remember, that's at 5. Oh boy, this is not good. At least I gotta go first. It is undead. It is undead. It is undead. And I take my scroll. No favor. But that wraith is a deader. This scroll is out of my use. So, bingo. The way this is, I'm trying to keep it all in sight. Hopefully it's working. Okay, now that we have done this, as we can see when we look at here, ending a level, once you've worked your way through the level, you find the door to the next on the steps below. Move the meeple one space down, feed your hero, shuffle the deck. We can do that. Move the meeple, shuffle the deck. Well, feed my feller. Oh, that's it. I can't shuffle, especially with my hands the way they are, so I have to pretend to shuffle, which doesn't add to the shape and status of these cards, but life is life. And I don't really have to worry about remembering what's on them or not, because my memory sucks because of my ADHD. Okay, I'm going to deal with the corridor, the trap, and the secret. So we're going to flip this over for the results. The trap. Oh, 2 energy. Huh. Okay. Oh, I've forgotten. I have been doing combat wrong, too. Remember, you can't do it wrong, even if you forget things. But... oh, I have been doing this. I've been doing it the the Iron Helm way. Tin Helm is slightly different. You spend your energy, either 1 energy, 2 energy, or 3 energy, and then you add that to your roll. I have been forgetting to do that because I am foolish. So my apologies. Hopefully I'll remember to do that from now on. You also add your level, the monster's level, to them. In combat, I can't remember. Combat, do we add that? Health is to add the current dungeon level to their health. Yeah, so they're gonna get tougher. Oh, remember, you can't do it wrong, even though I've been doing it wrong. Okay, so what is it? What's happening here? Trap, 2 energy, and then Doom Skull. Oh, which means it's combat anyway. Occasionally your random attack, your random thingy here is a bad thingy. Okay, with a health of 4, oh, and only a favor of 1. How much favor did the other thing have that I was supposed to have killed, but I doubt I really did? We'll call it 1. I hope you're doing okay with how terrible I'm playing, because I am just bitterly offended at my own self. Okay, with my Doom Skull, well, the Doom Skull here with a health of 4, Meeple is there. Okay, I get to choose, so I'm gonna use the 1 energy, which I should have been doing, and I add 3 once I get this. I wasted that because that is a failure. I missed, so I threw that bit of energy away. The Doom Skull, on the other hand, it rolls to hit me. A 2, so I take 2 points of damage. I'm going to spend 1 point of energy, and then we're going to roll to see if I hit, and I just